Hello, Scout 2001. How you doing, man? Can you hear me? Is the sound good? I haven't done this in a while, so I don't know if my settings are very good. So let me know. Need to up the volume. Is that better? Is that better? Can you hear me? Voice okay? Guitar okay? Better volume? Yeah, you can hear the voice? Cool. How are you doing, Bullets? You okay? Can we all hear the guitar okay? Does it sound okay? Because I know what it sounds like at my end, and it sounds absolutely fine, but I've got no idea what YouTube and the compression and all that stuff does, so just let me know. I'm okay, day off work, so I've been napping, playing COD and Pokemon. I took a nap today also because I was knackered, although I did work this morning a little bit. Doing good, bought a Crate GX, nice. Guitar needs to come up. Better? Or more. With the cab, that £20 on eBay, that's an absolute steal. Bit more. Better? Better now? The band's doing good. Yeah, we got a show next weekend in Wigan. It's a free show for anyone who wants to come. Logan, do you use a metronome to build up speed with Bullet for My Valentine riff in order to play a fast on guitar? We've talked about this on the comments on my videos before. Yes, Logan, I have used a metronome before. I 100% recommend it to all my students and anybody who just wants to play guitar in general. And then just slow the tracks down on YouTube. It's very easy to do in the settings down the bottom and just work your way up from there. If only I had the time, bro. I know, right? Plus, it's a free show. Who could say no to that? It's a good bill as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. should try and probably use a metronome to get this one up to speed. Helps use the click, gets used to recording bands. There you go. See, you can just do all the answers for me. I'm just gonna sit and jam. We all enjoyed the stream. Please remember to hit like, guys. Thank you. I hate doing all that self-promo stuff, but it does go a long way. Because at the minute with YouTube, it's just not treating me well. I'm not getting the... I don't know if it's because like I had like 3 weeks off. Because I went away and then I got flu. But like, I'm just not getting like the same views that I used to. Or either that or people just bored of my content. Which is understandable as well. Because it's like two things, both my Valentine and Metallica, and that's it. Wow, horrendously out of tune. Never bored for me, bro. Ah, thank you, I appreciate it. What's the weather like where you are? It's freezing in the Midlands. It's freezing in North Wales. It's absolutely horrendous. Although, today, because it costs a lot of money to put the heating on now, you know, just on principle, if anything. So I'm not going to have it blaring away all day, but I've had it on the evening, and now after, like, I've just been jamming, thinking about my next cover and stuff, like rehearsing that before coming on here, and now I'm too hot. So, but it is absolutely freezing out. It's not nice if you go outside. Do you know any multi-effects pedals that can get you close to bottom Valentine, or I am blind and can't use bias effects? I can't see. PV with a TS 808 Ibanez, Tube Screamer, noise gate, of course, maybe noise gate front end and back end just to keep it real quiet. That'll get you the sound. You can get some really good like PV amps that'll do that for you. And then the TS 808, the Tube Screamer, the Ibanez thing, you don't have to go and spend like 100 quid, over £100 or wherever you are, US dollars, whatever, to get that circuitry. It's just a circuitry. You can go and spend like £18 and it's the same circuitry and it'll do exactly the same trick for you. If you're wondering what I'm using in my camper right now, it is that. It's a PV head and a TS 808, and that's the sound. Oops. That's not it either. Can anybody tell me what that is? Nah, nah. Nope. Got it. Is the guitar tone all right? Can you make out what I'm playing, or is there too much reverb on it? Because, well, you guys know me. You've been following me for a while now. I like my reverb. Think you should do some Pantera, as it's nearly 20 years since the passing of Dime. Here's the problem. I'm not very good at Pantera. There you go. The only Pantera I did is when Matt the Riff Master sort of forced me into just let me write something down in my diary. Matt the Riff Master kind of forced me into doing the solo for I'm Broken, I think it was. What's the is that right? That thing, and that was an absolute nightmare to cover. The guitar solo for that. So yeah, but Pantera doesn't really come natural to me. I didn't grow up on Pantera. I was too busy listening to other bands, I guess. They came a bit later for me, Pantera. So they weren't one of my teachers, if that makes sense. You know. The thing is with the Flood solo is like these things. Like I was using those for like years. Like I discovered them just via guitar lessons or other bands or whatever, like I don't know, suspended chords. So I just used them forever. And then when I heard the Flood solo, I was like, come on, man. It's like I thought that was my little discovery all those years ago. Obviously not, but somebody was basically playing the exact same riff with them that I was, thinking that I was being original and stuff. On my Line 6 Helix, I'm using a rectifier. Yeah, rectifier with an 808. That's also a really good setup. Can't beat a good rectifier. You got a good stretch though. Yeah. But yeah, it is one of the best solos ever. You know what's funny is like I'll start having a bit of a jam and stuff, and I'll think, oh, I'll live stream. I'm really into this, and then I'll come on, and then my playing just goes to absolute pot. So sorry, guys. How long do you recommend people to play guitar riff with a metronome? I play riff. Play 7 riffs a day for 10 minutes a day. All practice is good practice. Whatever you put in will contribute to what you want. Be your own gauge by it. Don't be like, right, well, spent 10 minutes on this or 20 minutes or whatever. That's it. It's done its job. Like, ask yourself, can I see an improvement here? It's like, yes, I can. No, I can't. Go off of that answer. Yeah, there's improvement there. My arm's starting to tire out. I've been jamming my Apocalypse. My arm was starting to feel tired after like 3 or 4 runs of that, but I saw an improvement, so therefore I was happy to sort of move on from that. But if it was like absolutely shockingly bad, I would not be sat here now with you guys. I'd be I'd be still on it trying to improve it. So all practice is good practice, but at the same time as that, don't go by like, well, done my 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It's like, ask yourself, have I improved here? Do you know what I mean? It's a very simple question. You'll know the answer straight away. You know, it's like, I don't know. You know if if you can always give more, or if you're really happy with what you've done, call it. But yeah, 10 minutes. You know. But yeah, 10 minutes. I used to play for 10 hours. Yeah, but it's like it all depends on what your structure in the day is. You know what I mean? It's like I'm that dotted about. Fortunately, I work from home. I sit in this spot and work, so I'm that dotted about in my lessons. I can get practice time in between. But sometimes if I've got like an hour in between lessons, sometimes that hour isn't enough to get done what I want to do, and sometimes it is. So you'll be your own parameter. Do you know what I mean? And don't, oh, for the love of God, don't open your phone and start scrolling through reels and stuff like that, because that's gonna put you off. You don't have to go far to open your phone to see some 7-year-old shredding through the fire and flames or whatever it is these whippersnappers want to play these days to impress people and stuff. Yeah, that's all great and stuff like that, but there's nothing more discouraging when you're just trying to work out like how to gallop at whatever BPM you want to get it at. Like me, I speak from experience here. There's nothing more discouraging. Focus on what you're doing, and don't let other people be your parameter. Definitely not. You know, all this stuff that I'm still working on how to do that now. I swear to you, honestly, I've always struggled with playing the generic heavy metal stuff, the gallops and all that stuff. Always struggled with my alternate picking with gallops, like hands down. You know, so it's like if you watch my channel, if you go from the very beginning, it's a diary of my progress since I started taking it seriously again. You know, and I'm starting to taking on like more difficult songs now, like last week's "Spit Out the Bone." You know, that wouldn't have been doable about half a year ago, or even maybe a couple of months ago. You know, so give yourself something to work toward. Like I don't want to do. I don't want to do all that. That means absolutely nothing to me. It's very impressive and stuff, and there's people who can do it, and it's great and stuff. But like, screw that. Like, nothing beats a good tight riff. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I'm far more impressed by a tight rhythm guitar player than any shreddy solo. Like straight up, you know. Like it really solos do not interest me at all. When I did the Spit Out the Bone cover, I was like, oh yeah, there's a guitar solo in it, and it was like an afterthought. And it's not like, oh, that'll be easy, but let's face it, modern Kirk solos are quite just like making noise. But for me, the win on that one was just getting the rhythm guitar down. It completely outweighs the lead on that track and a lot of other tracks. Completely outweighs it. That was like, you know, I did that. I know I like sharing covers with you guys and stuff, some for you to watch, but it's more for me. It was more like I'm going to prove to myself that I can do this, just like people go to the gym and they get a kick out of lifting certain amounts of kg or whatever, you know? So yeah. Comments, practice makes perfect. Yep, 100%. TikTok does my head in with the amount of people playing guitar now. Yeah, it's always Master Puppets. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's very saturated now, 100%. And I'm a rhythm guitar player, to be fair, and I love how tight. It's like, yeah, how tight I can get my riffs. Yeah, same. I'm far more interested in being a tight rhythm player than I am like as a guitar solo. And like in my band and stuff, if everybody says, "Oh, we need a guitar solo here," I'm like, ugh. Like, I really don't enjoy doing it. trying to get that one down. No second guitar player yet then. Nope. And we won't have one either. We don't want to screw with the dynamic. It's just too good. We don't need it. You know, the sound is pretty big as it is with it in a live situation anyway. You know, between like the rumble and bass and down-tuned guitars, it sounds, in my opinion anyway, quite big as it is. Hi Jazz, glad to see you back and feeling better. I am, thank you so much. It's been a horrible time. That flu felt worse than COVID, no joke. What picks are you using? I am using .88 Ernie Ball, supposedly Everlast. I burnt 3 of these in 2 days this week. They do not Everlast. Do not, you know, that is somebody who doesn't particularly pick hard. It's a controlled aggression. Now I look like I'm giving all that on my covers and stuff, but they do not last forever. It just so happens I like the feel of them, and I hate changing picks, so I'm kind of stuck with them now. If that makes sense. So like I got like a draw like full of them. Yeah. So good picks. Yeah. Love the feel. Love the attack. Good grip. Absolutely. Do they ever last? Absolutely not. Personal experience. Have you tried Jazz 3 picks? Yeah, I used to use Jazz 3s way back when. Too small for me. Then I moved on to the gym route. Yeah, that's right here, right? Yeah, I got a full unopened pack. Well, actually, either that or a mouse has been nibbling it. So I've obviously been here, but I used to use the gym route Jazz 3s because they're a bit bigger to hold, but they're just not forgiving. That tip is stupid. Like, that is so unforgiving. You've got to be so accurate. So I find just, you know, I like a nice sharp pick as normal, but I find just a little bit of a rounded edge is a little bit more forgiving. And then before that, I used to use .73s, Dunlops, the yellow ones. But these are the pick for me. But like I said, they don't last forever. Like I said, I ground 3 of them in 2 days this week. Yeah, so as a working musician, I guess you could say, you know, I find myself having to swap them out all the time. So, but you got try them. I think they're great. You know, do I love everything that Ernie Ball does? Absolutely not. But do I like these picks? Yeah. Just make your own mind up. Am I going to download? No. Can't imagine anything worse. Crowds, festivals, mud, rain. Absolutely not. As good as the lineup bit is and as enticing as it looks, absolutely not. Feel like I'm mudding out with that reverb. I'm going to pull it back a little bit. play some games. Have a good stream. Have a good time, man. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your time off. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And this E string still feels like out of tune. As you can all see, I'm very much in in Metallica mode, right? Any questions? Anybody want to hear anything specific? Sounds a bit like Megadeth. Well, that was Damage Inc. by Metallica, that one. When can we expect the next... Nah, can't get my words out. Should we start again? When can we expect the next Lost Cause song to be released? I really like that riff you play with delay. Let's split that in two. Next Lost Cause is going to probably be January, February, hopefully. We did want it to be sooner. But you know how these things go. But we got some kick-ass stuff for you guys next year. I promise. Some really, really cool stuff. I think you guys are going to be surprised. I really like that riff you play with the delay. Which one? Oh. This thing. If that's the one you mean, be patient. Oh, now I've lost all my reverb settings. Yep. Well, all I can say about that one is it's next. That's all you get. You got any gigs in the Midlands next year and whereabouts? It's all sort of Manchester at the minute. Yeah, so it's all Manchester sort of based. We want to play elsewhere, man. We'll play anywhere. If you can get us a gig in the Midlands, do it. You know. At the minute, it's about sort of like networking with other bands. There's a really, really good lineup for this next show that we're doing. It's about networking with the bands, making ourselves known with other bands so that they want to have us and play with us. Because it's like we're playing like these little music festivals at the minute where it's like 5 bands on or something like that. However, we are on the second slot and no longer an opener. Well, not no longer an opener. I mean, like we've managed to work our way into a second slot on a bill, which is cool in the space of a year. I mean, we may be the first one on for future gigs and stuff like that, but to have that for this next show is really, really cool. But yeah, wherever you guys want to see us play, if you can bring an audience, let's do it, man. And play it absolutely anywhere. I'll play absolutely anywhere. Even if the band don't come, I will come. And I'll just turn up and play reverby guitar all night. ESP the V. Why did you sell the 7-string Jackson? Because I hated it. Why? Well, I will tell you. I will tell you with these nice sounds in the background, so it's not just emptiness. I was the last one to join a lost cause, and there was another guitar player in the band at the time, and he played a 7-string, and it's all drop A, which is quite low. And there was a couple of things that went into it. I said, well, maybe I'll just tune one of my normal guitars down, but at the same time, I kind of didn't want to do that because it would have just been stuck in A, and there's nothing else other than the band that I'd have used it for. Certainly wasn't going to use the BC Rich, purely just for that, because, well, I do all my bullet stuff on that. I'm not going to tune an ESP Snakebite to drop A, am I? Because Metallica and stuff. Congrats, that's awesome. Thanks, I appreciate it. So it was kind of like a new tool for a new job kind of thing, you know. And like I said, the other guitar player played a 7-string, but then we parted ways with that guitar player, and it was just me. And I just really didn't get on with that guitar. I hated the Floyd Rose on it. I hated the feel of a 7-string. The guitar was stupidly heavy. I even showed my friend, my best friend, who is not a guitar player, doesn't know anything about guitars. I got him all lined up on the back wall, as you could see, and he was on the sofa in the back there. And I was like, "Here's the Snakebite. It's quite. I mean, it's for what it looks like. It's quite light, but I suppose it is quite substantial. The BC Rich is heavy, but a nice weight. You know, like a good Les Paul, like it's got a nice weight to it. But then that thing, the 7-string, was just like, I gave it to him, and he was like, ooh. It's just like, that is ridiculous, like stupidly heavy. It didn't sound great either. I don't know if it's the poplar body. It just wasn't a great tone wood, if you believe in that sort of thing. I just don't think it sounded good at all. It was buzzy as anything with the Floyd Rose. Pay for your Floyd Roses, guys. Don't get originals. Don't get 1000 series. Get an original. Sorry. Don't get a 1000 series. Get a, is it an original? Yeah, get an original. That's the top tier one, right? It's the licensed ones which aren't great. And yeah, I just did. You know, a guitar that you're gonna get on with. It's like a relationship, right? You know, you guys and girls out there, if you've been on a date, you kind of have an inkling straight away whether you're gonna get on with this person or not. And guitars are not too dissimilar, or cars even. You know, for you guys who drive out there, you go and test a car and it's like, don't like that. You know straight away. And as soon as I picked the guitar up, I kind of had that new guitar kind of thing, you know, going on, the excitement and stuff. And it was cool at first. It was great dropping the bomb in certain parts, like when we were playing with the band and stuff. But it weighed a ton. I'm not a particularly big guy, and it was huge on me. And it just didn't feel right. I didn't like the Laurel fingerboard. I'm an ebony guy. I didn't like the poplar body. I thought it sounded like terrible. Just everything about that guitar was just not a good fit for me. And it's a shame because I see pictures of it now and I think, oh man, that looks so cool. Looks like Matt Tuck's Black Jackson Rhodes, right? And was it? Because that was the train of thought. I thought to myself, oh, it looks like my white Jackson Rhodes, inverted headstock. It'll probably be like that, but with an extra string, right? But far from it. It was the two were not the same. So there's the story of the 7-string. I sold it as soon as I got the chance, and there was a guy. I drove it out to him. He bought it on reverb, and he was really, really happy with it. And I'm so happy that somebody else is going to and enjoy that guitar. You know, one thing I will say actually. I say I didn't get on with the Floyd Rose. That thing did stay in tune. It was just a nightmare to get in tune, if that makes sense. Once I got it there, I locked it down. I'd go to band practice, which is over an hour away, do a full band practice for like 3 hours, drive home, to bear in mind temperature changes and stuff like that, and it would still be in tune like the following week when I wouldn't have touched it. So it was good in that way, but it was just so heavy. I can't explain to you. I mean, the size of it as well. Go watch my Raising Hell cover, and you'll see me using it, and it's just stupidly big on me. It looks ridiculous. And and also, you know, I didn't play it in between. I don't listen to a whole lot of bands who use 7 strings. So therefore, you know, I wasn't learning new songs that utilize a 7 string. It just went to band practice with it, came back, and it sat on the wall until next Monday. So, yeah. That's the 7 string story. I'm not a Floyd guy either. They are a pain. Yes, ESP the V, they are. That's interesting. I always thought Poplar was lighter. Oh, mate. Maybe for other guitars, I've got no idea, but goddamn. Yeah, I don't think I could deal with having the Floyd Rose. I taught with a Floyd Rose. I had a PRS SE, gorgeous guitar in white with the EMG pickups, mahogany body. It was lovely. And I taught for about 4 years with that thing. I taught guitar for 4 years, and I absolutely loved it. It was perfect, but I had a Floyd Rose original on it, so and it's bomb-proof, stayed in tune. Hey, Mark, I hope you're doing well. And yeah, so it was great. So I just thought, oh, I've had one before. I know how they work. I know how to, you know, if it's not playing ball, take the thing off at the back and do the screwdriver to get everything balanced out. But no, that guitar, it just wasn't a good match. I've had a Jackson with a poplar body, and I thought it sounded muddy too. Got rid of it, never wanted to pick it up. Yes, it did have a weird muddy thing going on with it, and also because of the excuse me, because of the what do you want to call it? I don't know which one it was. Was it a licensed Floyd Rose or a 1000 series? I don't remember. One or the other. It had a smaller block on it in the back. So if you go get an original, they've got like a big fat brass block, right? Which like sustained for days. It just didn't sustain, and it just sounded tinny, and it was just, that's right, it had a zinc block, and it was just, yeah, horrendous. Guys, anybody who's new on here, please feel free to hit the like button if you're having a good time. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Hate doing the self promo, but that's how it goes. Can you play No Control, Say Goodnight, Clean Tone, and what you think of Eddie Van Halen passing away? Do you hate soloing, or are you why do you hate soloing? Are you better than... I am not better than Eddie Van Halen. Absolutely not. I've got a sort of a Say Goodnight tone, I guess, but this is more of a Hetfield tone. I'm on my snake bite, so it's a completely different feel, but so there you go. It's a chorusy clean tone. Not my favorite. I've had better, but yeah. Okay, questions. Anybody got anything to ask? Thoughts on the current bullet lineup? Do you miss Jarmus? No, I think that band to me has always been Matt and Padge. So it's just like I don't really. I suppose I kind of do miss Moose being in that band. I don't know. Jason's very, very good, isn't he? You know, he's a very good drummer. There's no doubt about that. He's a bit of an animal, and him and Matt are so locked in rhythmically. But I think Jamie's really good. I suppose for the nostalgia, I kind of miss Jay. He's such a lovely guy. Not that I've met him, but I know that he is from just based on, you know, people who have met him. I've got a friend who used to tour with them. Well, I've got a friend who didn't tour with them as a band, but was on the support. On the tech side of things, right? And Jay was his mate. And Jay's he's such a nice guy. But I think Jamie's meant. The last Bullet concert, he was jamming away, and I just sort of caught eye with him and smiled, and he was pointing at me like smiling and stuff, which was cool. So yeah, I think Jay's great. Jamie's great even. And I think Jamie's got a much better yelling voice as well. Are you a Counterparts fan? They have some things on their old drums that I think you'd like playing. Maybe I would. I don't know. I know some of the. I think some of the members of my band like Counterparts. I'm not too sure. I've heard the name tossed around, but I've never given them a listen. Don't forget No Control. Well, I'm a standard tuning, so nope. Sorry. Without being a dick about it. What do you think of Eddie Van Halen passing? Well, of course, that's really sad. I mean, without Eddie Van Halen, there's... You know, he inspired a whole generation of guitar players, and probably inadvertently, you know, like I owe my guitar career to him because he inspired everybody, you know, who, you know, my guitar teacher who taught me, he will have inspired him. I remember in my my early lessons, like very early on, about probably like the third, maybe I don't know, maybe like fourth song I learned was I don't know, I learned something like that on like my fourth guitar lesson. But yeah, so I'm butchering that. As a matter of fact, I think Eddie's gonna rise from the grave just to give me a slap over the head for that. Playing it that badly. Get a Floyd Rose on your guitar, son. Yeah, I really like the current Bullet lineup. They sound very tight live. Yeah, they do. They're so good. They just make me want to be a better musician, you know? You know, there's certain things. You know, like, for instance, from those early interviews after Gravity, when Matt was just like, it's going to be far more technical, I knew I was going to have my work cut out for me with the new record, and it really pushed me. You know, all that. That riff still gives me trouble even now. These strings are a little light for that as well. excuses, I know. You know, but that to me, it wasn't that riff. It was the. Love that so much. You know, I really, really love everything they did um, on that album. It's just metal. But then again, Machine Head of Kingdom of Crown. Sorry, guys, blows it right out the water. It's just that album. I just can't. Well, it's two different things, isn't it? But it's just kind of like just when I thought that, you know, that was a really heavy album. It's like in terms of heaviness. I'm not talking about what's better. I'm just talking about what's heavier. You know, like that new Machine Head record is. Every time I get in my car, whether it's going to band practice or Sainsbury's or Tesco's, right, that album goes on. You know, and that is a style of guitar that I can't even touch. I'm nowhere near that yet. That looks tricky, man. Yeah, it is. That riff. Problem is with that is where Jason's putting his snare hits or something like that. I'm not a drummer, so I don't know, but sometimes it sounds like it's doing that. And then sometimes it sounds like it's going. And I can't explain it. It's like the battery thing where the drum set, it's the same notes, but where the drum set completely changes the feel of the riff, and it's absolutely screwed me up every single time. But if that is a riff that you can see me stretching my arm out, that's a riff that if I've not been practicing it, I'll know about it. And I suppose you could. But it's alternate picking it. It's not alternate picked. I've seen them do it live. It's not alternate picked. I want to get it right, you know. It doesn't sound as aggressive alternate pick, that one. Questions. Have I ever met Bill, my Valentine? No. Spoke to him on Twitter a couple of times, years and years and years ago. You know, I tagged Matt in a Twitter thing saying that with a picture of my two guitars, the BC Rich and the Jackson, he was like, "Yes, great choice." And I think I spoke to him one other time on Twitter, and that's right. I remember saying, "When I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here" was on. I remember saying, "Let's get the Bullet Boys in the Jungle." This is years back around Tampa Tempera, so what, 2013? And Moose tweeted back, "I'll go." You know, I think when I got my Tears Don't Fall tattoo as well, patch like that. Tears Don't Fall Part 2 tattoo, actually. What am I drinking? I have Woodsman whiskey and a bottle of San Miguel. Woodsman whiskey is my favorite drink. Well, I mean, I drink at weekends. You know, just coffee and water during the week. Yeah, I'm always surprised how many riffs Matt down picks. I was surprised he down picks. Yeah, well, that one makes a lot of sense. You can hear that. The thing is with bullet and down picking for me is when I was like 16, 17, all those years ago, going into that stuff, learning it, I'd come off the back of Metallica where I was down picking everything anyway, and Mutsine was great at it, but that's just what I did. So I naturally went into down pick the bullet riffs. So it kind of just made sense to me, I guess, because those guys grew up on the same sort of diet. But it's when I started to hit like other bands that didn't alternate pick, down pick everything, Black Label Society, Alter Bridge, Slipknot. That's when I started to have problems. And it's like, maybe I should work on this now. Always been a stronger down picker than I have alternate picker. Straight up, there's no secret there. Have you tried Kraken? That's rum, right? My friend Lewis likes that. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, I guess. What are your thoughts on Tampa Tampa? like that. That's tight. Whoa. Yeah, Temper's good. I liked it at the time. Didn't really like Riot. Liked the fact it was on. I had a horrible landscaping job. Absolutely hated it. First job, level 3 horticulturalist. Plants and trees and stuff, yeah. And my first job was a landscape gardener, and that would. Glenfiddich is very good, Pepe D. Yeah, 100%. I'm with you there. But yeah, I love the fact that they were playing Temper and Riot on the radio when I was on site in that horrible landscaping job. You know, I remember when Fern Cotton played Axe Wound Exochrist on radio and had to apologize. That was good. Yeah, there's a few bangs on there. There's some really great riffs. Wow, we've hit the bullet thing already. I really have become the bullet guy on this channel, haven't I? Which is fine. How's the lead run go? Something like that? Yeah, way unpracticed. It's been a long time. Anyways. I'm not going to butcher that anymore for you guys, but yeah. Breaking Point. Good riff, good solo. Did you say the Matt Downstrokes, Parasite, and Matt alternate picks? Michael alternate picks. I'm pretty sure both of them downpick everything because Michael is pretty much capable of everything that Matt does. Whether it comes to him naturally or not. By the way, disclaimer, there's a few discrepancies on my video for Parasite, the lesson. Maybe I should correct those, I don't know. Yeah, what did I get wrong on that? I got the riff right. No, I don't think it was Parasite where I got started. Oh, it was Knives. I got the main riff completely wrong in the Knives video, the lesson video, only by 1 or 2 notes. You know, you can still gather everything, you know, for what they're doing from that video, I guess you could say, but there's a couple of things that I didn't get right, which is fine. Do you like playing video games? I've always thought it's a good way. Oh, video game songs. But I do like video games. Love Elder Scrolls. Halo. Halo's my game, man. Well, not 343 Halo. Bungie Halo. I've always thought it's a good way to get into unique guitar. Yeah, well, I love video game scores. You know, Marty O'Donnell is one of my favorite composers. You know, and I listen to that and I think, great, I don't have to do that, you know, because they've done it. I know the Mick Gordon thing is cool, but he kind of bled through into like, when Bring Me got the soundboard off of him and they started like using his sound and stuff, every band started following suit, you know, like putting like alarms in their music. And even Wage War, even though they didn't do that, they put the Star Destroyer alarms in one of their songs off the last record. So it is a trend. Army of Noise solo, you are having an absolute joke. It's been a long time since I've done this one. Something like that, and then... Nope. 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 Something like that. There's a nice, slow, sloppy summary of that of that solo. Baz Barrow, how you doing, man? Hey, Jazz. I hope you're good, man. All paid. Baz has lessons with me, by the way, so thank you, Baz. I appreciate it. Can't wait to get cracking Tuesday again. Yes, me too. I hope my my guitar playing this evening doesn't put you off my lessons. Question: what's your opinion on Trivium? I love them. Going to see them next month. Cool. I respect Trivium. I don't listen to Trivium, although one of my subscribers did a cover, or is gonna do a cover. Let me find the song. I thought the song was cool. The song is called Built to Fall from In Waves. I actually thought that one was all right. Quite liked it. I know one Trivium riff, and I don't even know it. It goes something like a... And that's the extent of it. And that's on a 7-string, so I'm not even doing it properly. But yeah, Trivium, they're okay. They're okay, I guess. I appreciate it. Quake 2 is good guitar music. Yes, I've heard. Any plans on getting a different guitar since you sold the 7-string? Yes, but not from a shop. Let's put it that way. There's something cool in the works, so keep your eyes out. I keep wanting to buy guitars all the time, like, and that's a boredom thing, you know. That's like I don't know, just being bored. You know, I've got all the guitars that I need, but I've got something that's in the works that's really cool. And like all week this week, for instance, purely out of boredom, and probably capitalism because of what time of year it is, like I wanted to buy a black Les Paul Epiphone, mine, not like a 3 grand Gibson, but with a white binding. And then I've always wanted like a little project guitar, so I wanted to swap the machine heads out for black, the bridge and everything for black, put AMG pickups in it. But the thing is, I hate Les Pauls. I don't get on with them. I really don't like them, but it's just like that's where my mind's been this week. It's just been like, oh, do that, it'll be great, and you can do all your guitar lessons with it. And I know it would just be a waste of money, and I wouldn't really like it, you know. But that's been this week. I'm always on the lookout for a silver version of my BC Rich, which are like gold dust. There was one sat in Australia. We messaged the guy off of several accounts, and he wouldn't get back to us. And it was reasonable money, and I'm absolutely devastated. I was there like, I'm ready to put the money in your account and pay for shipping, please. And he just ignored it. So didn't get my hands on that. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I want that. If you guys watched my my top 3 guitars that I would like to own, that here we go. That Gibson Explorer that Matt Tuck is playing, I've wanted one of those since I saw Richie Faulkner playing one in Judas Priest. Like, I've wanted one of those since like 2016, 2017. And then guess who rocks up playing one? Matt Tuck, and it's like, great, cool. Another guitar that you've got that I want, right? So I would love to own one of those. But yeah, a lot of the guitars that I'd like to own now are just stupid money. But I've got something really cool in the works, so we will see what comes next. Any plans? Oh, sorry, I answered that one. There's your answer to that one. Why do you hate soloing? Are you a soloer? Or are you I'm lead or rhythm guitar player? I'm both, I guess. I can do solos and stuff. But right off the cuff, I absolutely hate doing it. A good riff, tightly played, tightly picked with good technique outweighs a guitar solo every day, in my opinion. I've been meaning to tell you, thanks so much for your A Place Where You Belong lesson. Working on Cover It to honor a friend who passed away. Okay, really beautiful song about loss. Really sorry about the loss thing. That flipping sucks. But I'm really glad you enjoy the lesson, man. I really am. What a lovely riff. I can play it, right? Why is my guitar so out of tune? There we go. Wow. And again. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. Let's try again. For some reason, this guitar is just not staying in tune tonight. So we're just gonna have to live with it. I think it might need intonating. The cold, man, it makes the next move. Like, it gets so cold in here. I know I'm just sat in like a vest top now, but like it gets so cold. So yeah, I think this might need an intonating at the top because it's not sounding right at all. Guys, shoot, great catching up with you. I'll speak soon, and then take care, bro. X-Scout 2001, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a lovely weekend, what's left of it, and I will see you next time. Take care, man. rinsing up my guitars a lot before the winter. Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. I just kind of consider it guitar maintenance, like a string change. Yeah, you know what? I probably should have the same trainer. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, can't get my words out tonight. It's like semi anxiety, semi yeah, just being an anxious person in general. But yeah, it's the temperature change and the climate change and stuff like that is such a nightmare for your guitars, the way they shift and move and stuff like that. So maybe that's something that I should investigate. Oh gosh. Yeah, this one definitely needs sorting, doesn't it? I love the all these things I hate clean riff too. Yeah, it's very pretty, isn't it? How's it going, Harry? I hope you're doing well. I'm good, thank you very much. We've hit that low point of the evening where I start just playing chill reverby guitar. Not for everyone, but believe it or not, this is the kind of guitar I like playing most, you know, especially just to chill down. love that style. I listen to the ones you've posted to study. Oh, thanks. I really, really appreciate that. They're yeah, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I listen to each one and I think to myself each time, like, I can do better, or I can make it more reverby or chilled out, or sound better each time and stuff like that. But the fact that you enjoy it, like, means the world. So thank you so much. Really enjoyed tonight. First time I've caught live with you. Enjoy the rest of the evening. And Woodsman is a great choice. See you Tuesday, dude. Take care, Baz. Thank you so much for joining in, man. And Woodsman is wonderful, isn't it? Have a lovely rest of your weekend. And yeah, I will see you Tuesday. Take care, man. And thank you, by the way. more comments. Enjoy the stream, man. Gotta go eat lunch. Oh, wow. Okay, you're in a different time zone to us. Always appreciate hearing you play. Like I said, I really appreciate your lessons. So detailed. Cheers. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I really appreciate it. You have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Does soloing make you a better guitar player than someone who can't solo? Absolutely not. If you're really good within your league of things and you enjoy what you do, then who's to tell you otherwise? Don't go off of what others say. Well, he can't play guitar solo, so he's no good. James Hetfield, not really a guitar solo player per se. Doesn't really do a whole lot of it. Great guitar player, great songwriter, 100%. At the end of the day, for me, it's all about the song. You know, as opposed to ability to fly up and down the neck and stuff like that. It's all about the songwriting that's important. If you haven't got good songs, it doesn't matter what you can do. It means nothing. So that's my opinion on that. And we've been streaming for 1 hour, 20 minutes. So I think that's a good place to call it tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, for hanging out. I hope you've had a good time. I hope my answers to your questions were satisfying. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for your continued support, liking my videos, watching my videos, all that stuff, leaving comments. Please keep it going, because that's what makes the channel thrive and grow. I really appreciate it, but I will see you guys next time. So thank you so much, and take care. Bye-bye.